Welcome to live interview here on Hero TV. The program, the maiden edition, one-on-one. Today we are looking at a very critical issue, especially in the Igbo land. The topic is politicization of traditional rulership, its effect on Igbo socio-cultural values. To do justice to this topic, we have in the palace a first-class traditional ruler, a 7-star civilian general, a man of many parts. Permit me to welcome to this discussion His Royal Highness Igwe Nevobasi, the traditional ruler of Agunese Mako Kingdom. Sir, you are welcome to One-on-One.
Thank you very much.
How are you doing, sir?
I'm all right, Mr. Moderator.
Good to see you, sir.
Very good to see you too.
All right. So let's roll the ball.
Yeah?
In Igbo land, traditional rulers have great roles to play.
Yes.
But then, for a layman there in the street, who is actually a traditional ruler?
Thank you, Mr. Moderator. I'm happy you're having this program for the world or for your viewers to see our own side of the story. A traditional ruler is the head of the concern of the people of any community in Nigeria. The traditional ruler sees to his people's welfare. He's not just a ruler, but he is somebody that mediates between the government and the people. So it's a very, very reserved stool that not everyone can ascend to. So if you're there on behalf of your people, and you must do the needy to your people.
Okay. Viewers, don't forget my name is Eva Aneke, the CEO of Hero TV.
Thank you.
Moving on. There's this issue that is cropping up presently in the Igbo circle. The ways of choosing a traditional ruler. When I was a small boy, there are some procedures, some are hereditary, father to son, to grandson, it goes on. Some are through selection, some are through election. But over time, a lot of things have changed. People fight over who becomes a traditional ruler. What is the proper and ideal way of choosing a traditional ruler?
Yes, I may agree with you somehow, or may not, Mr. Eva. Some are hereditary, as you said. Some are not. In a case where it's hereditary, it passes from one generation to another generation, from father to son, from grandfather to another father, to great-great-grandfather. But whereby a community, it always happened in ancient kingdoms. Those hereditary is always in ancient kingdoms. But when it is not that way, that is when you come to shifting or saying after this village is the turn of the other village, once the ruler passes away, it has to shift to the next village. And in doing so, once it's not hereditary, even if when it's hereditary, they need to still do a lot of work. It goes to the first born, the first female born, maybe the first wife, like my own grandfather married several women. So in that case, assuming it's going in that line, they will go for the first wife of my grandfather. And with that, my first grandfather's wife, they look for the first child, being a boy. So if it's not there, they can go to the second one. Or They will now go to ask the ancestors who should be. And then it goes that way. That is when it's hereditary. But where it's not is by election. Okay. That is now when you are moving to shifting from this community to this community is by election. And by that election, like in my place, if it's by election, if you're not a red cap chief, if you're not Onyozo, you are not even allowed, you're not even qualified to contest. So you should be an Ozo or a chief, a red cap chief first, then they will go what we call Imobi to do the selection. At the end, because you know election is election, there could be 1,000 interests, but at the end they can narrow it down to 2, 3, 4 people. And now the government will come, and then the town union will let everybody know. They will then go to the field, depending on the modality the community chooses to do the election. Some goes for option A4, whereby if it's 4 people, they will stand, then the people will stand on the line. Then the presiding officer will count. And then there are supervisors, there are people that will be there to witness. So whoever that gets the highest number there is called the Igwe elect. It becomes automatically the Igwe elect. And then from there, you have to go to the government and to do the rest of the things. Then from there, certificate and everything will be issued before he becomes the king.
Okay, well said, Your Highness. We are looking at now, when a community finally chooses a traditional ruler, by whatever mode, at times you see people saying, we agree, we don't disagree, we disagree with the person that is chosen. And then all of a sudden you see government coming in to now decide, using their discretion, who they actually want. This is our focus. That's our focus. Should the government determine for a village or a community who should lead them? Even after the election, when a particular group of people said, this is our person. And because the other person has people in government, someone who came third, will use government to subvert the opinion of the people. Should that be ideal in Igbo land?
Mr. I have not seen governments imposing a candidate or somebody on the people. It doesn't happen, but it may happen. It happens that once it's called election, let's use government for example. When Tinubu was declared the winner of the last election in Nigeria, some people went to court and said, no, we did not agree. Then, at the end of it, the Supreme Court of Nigeria decided it's Tinubu that has won the election. So, the same thing is on this kingship. After duly election, that they have taken a decision that it should be option A4, and somebody have won, people will agitate. It's a normal thing.
They can go to court.
They can do anything they want because they don't want to believe that their candidate have lost. Okay? So now what happens? The government comes in and says, okay, who win that election? Who? Then they say, it's this one. The government goes ahead and gives him the certificate. So it's not interference. To me, they have done what they are supposed to do because this person have actually won the election, but some people are still agitating because their candidate maybe have lost out. So the government will come in and say, okay, who do you think have won this election? It's because the day they are doing the election, the government is there, the police is there, the security agencies are all there. Then the sitting traditional rulers will also be there. In fact, I think 3 weeks ago, we have an election in a place called Ogubu.
Yeah, I was there.
Good. You can see what happened there. So, We sent, I as the chairman, I sent team of traditional rulers to witness what have happened. So now, should someone stand up and say, no, 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 but I'm happy you are there. You have seen the person that have won. The line is very long and he got almost 900 or 1,000 votes, you know. So now some people will say, no, 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 we don't agree. Should the government go ahead and give that guy the Igwe elect certificate? I don't see it as imposing somebody. The government have done justice. But if the government goes back and say, no, we're giving to the one that have 3 votes, then that is government interference. Okay. But if it's not that way, it's not interference.
Okay, in the case where government now interferes and choose whoever they want, what should be the reaction of the people? Should people go home and sleep?
No, no, no. We should go back to the Constitution. Let me make some things clear here. The Constitution of Enugu State even said, but it's not open, nobody have done that before, even said that the government have the right, they have the right to, as after election has been conducted and there are security report against the person who wins that election, the government can easily do something, but it is very hard. It has never happened. But it's allowed to be done, somehow. But I'm saying government don't have the right to interfere in traditional institution. Traditional institution is the fourth, to me, is the 4th tier of government. So it's not something that they will interfere in. I've never seen them doing interference for me. I've never seen them doing that. But should they do that, I think the people will protest. They will say no. That's where you see they will not be loyal to that king, because that king is not their king, it's government king.
Okay. Exactly what you just said now happened in my own village, okay, where people said, this is government Igwe.
Yes.
It's not our own Igwe.
Yes.
And when you look at various villages, these are the issues we have in the villages. Sometimes when we go out to do reporting and you feel the pulse of the people, you understand that the majority are for this person, the minority are for this person, but that minority now have their way, and people are now protesting. Sometimes it's a silent protest, which goes down to show anguish and bitterness. But then the topic, it says politicization. Where did the traditional institution, if at all, got it wrong? Because sometimes you see traditional rulers actively engaged in political partisanship. Is this supposed to be stopped?
Oh, no. You know, you press people, you don't see things the way we see things. Yeah, you don't see things the way we see things.
Okay.
Let me start again to say, if an election was held to elect a traditional ruler, automatically it have turned to partisan. It becomes agree, I don't agree. But anybody choosing as a traditional ruler, he doesn't have the right to go into politics. I don't do politics. My duty is to help the government. So it's not when the government is intermarrying with the traditional ruler. People say, no, it's politicking. It's not. Because the government cannot do everything. They cannot sit in government house and see what happens in my kingdom in Mako. I am their eye. So they will call me and they will tell me what they want from my community. It doesn't mean they are giving me instruction. After telling me what they want, I will still go back home and sit with the cabinet, discuss it, and then we will tell the people. So I totally disagree that traditional rulers engage in politicking in.
Okay. I believe you are the chairman, traditional council in West,
and Ogun.
And I know in the whole of Igbo land, you are also in tune. You are also in the front burner of when traditional rulers gather.
Yes.
Is there any mechanism within traditional institution, any mechanism to sanctioning an erring traditional ruler who goes wrong?
Yes. Should any traditional ruler engage in politicking, we the traditional rulers will summon him. We will hear his own side of the story. Then we set up a committee among ourselves to investigate. If we find out that he has actually engaged in politicking, we deal with him appropriately. We know there's rules set out already, which we are not in our chambers now. I cannot tell you what that means, but automatically we will not leave him. We will hold him responsible. They know the rule. They know the rule. The rule says simply, do not do politics.
Your Highness, traditional rulers we know are very well respected. Since I was a child, you see a traditional ruler, you know that this is a traditional ruler. But over time, there seems to be a depart from the status quo. Younger people, younger generation, no longer respect this institution. What happened?
Totally disagree again. The young people, I still, as I can remember now, they still respect the institution. That's why I'm happy that you went to Ogugu, like you rightly said. You saw everybody was there to vote. It's not only the old people, because they want something that they need. They want to put someone, they will call their own king. So, in some cases, some traditional rulers also misbehaves. Let me put it that way. At times, they could misbehave. Like your traditional ruler, they're giving how do I use it? 10 bags of rice to give to your people. And then you go ahead and take it for your family. Or you sell the land, the community land, and eat the money. Then automatically, you are inviting trouble. That brings insult. That brings automatically insult to you, to that traditional ruler. It doesn't happen every time, it doesn't happen everywhere. But some have brought that unnecessary attention of agony on themselves by one, misbehaving. They were giving money to give to a community, you ate the money. There's a community land, you've sold it, you ate the money. So why shouldn't they use? They are human beings.
So what you are saying basically is that amongst 12, there must be
There's a Judas. But not all everybody. Not all of no. Not all of us. If we can go to my kingdom now from the road leading to Mako, the kids will run out from the schools. Everybody would have knew they stand up. They are chanting Igwe. They are clapping their hands. They're happy with me. They're happy with me because whatever that I have been given to give to them, I have delivered and added more. But in every 12, there must be Judas. And that one Judas will not make the press to say, oh, traditional rulers are being insulted. No. We are, in politics, they say distinguish. They call the person, we are distinguished, we are honorable people. We are honorable people. We are honorable people. We have been on the throne for the past 22 or 23 years, and I have never seen all these things going that way. Maybe I'm a lucky one. That's why it doesn't happen on my side. But we cannot say that there are not a little bit
skirmishes.
Yes, skirmishes there. There is.
Okay, let's also point it to insecurity.
Good.
Traditional rulers are the custodian of tradition.
Yes.
They are also the chief executive of their communities.
Exactly.
When there is an insecurity in a particular community, who should be held responsible?
Automatically the traditional ruler. The traditional ruler should be held responsible if there is insecurity in his community.
When traditional rulers gather and they found compromising character in a traditional ruler relating to insecurity, who sues that petition? Is it the traditional ruler council or the government that should come in first before?
Yes, if we notice any insecurity, like in our state here, the government have already done a very wonderful job. One, we have Enugu State Neighborhood Watch, that is community policing. So that community policing makes it easier that every community in Enugu State, they have their neighborhood watch armed. But their duty is to patrol, to check. So should any traditional ruler allow any insecurity in that community, why he have all the tools to fight it? He have failed. It's part of his job. He have failed. And then we, as the chairman, we will summon a meeting, because if there is crisis in one community, we don't want to allow it to spread to the next community, to the next community, to the next community. So the insecurity, if we find it at first in one community, we summon the traditional ruler of that very community, and then we talk to him. If he doesn't stop it, we give him a timeline, then we go to the government. Then we tell the government, listen, there's no need. You can go ahead, do what you're supposed to do to bring security back to that very place.
Okay. Viewers, if you are just joining us, this is one-on-one with the traditional ruler of Agunese Mako Kingdom, His Royal Highness, Igwe Nevobasi. And we are discussing politicization of traditional rulership, its effect on the Igbo socio-cultural values. For the past 30 minutes, he has been giving his own opinion on what to be, what not to be. Moving on, you will hear from him this time around. Your Excellency, Your Highness, what are the criteria? What should somebody have? What are those things that when someone has it, you know that this person is qualified and eligible to be a traditional ruler? What are those traits?
Now, that goes to your first question again. If it is hereditary,
I mean, must he have one wife, two wives? Must he be rich? Must he be at so age? Must he be a so?
No, that's what I'm saying. If it is hereditary,
okay,
they will go first and check characters, manners of that person they think is his son. If they find him wanted, they will jump it. But most of the times, like my Ezemo is here, most of the times they go back to the ancestors. They will send out the Ezemo, go and check for us, Mr. A, Mr. B, Mr. C, or Mr. D. Who does the gods, who does the ancestors think is the right person for us?
The gods doesn't lie.
Yes, it does. The gods should know. They should know better. Because we are traditional rulers. We are not bishops. We are not pope. So our duty, I'm the head of the tradition of my community. That's why I'm called the traditional ruler. So I make sure that all the deities, everything that's about tradition, that does them more, satisfies them. Every shrine in Mako is being given whatever it wants. If he wants one cow now, he must be given that cow. If he wants one chicken, they will give him the chicken. That's the duty of Desdemo. So you still have to have this when you have to go back to them and ask. Because when we break the covenant, we will still tell the ancestors to protect. So we are traditional rulers. So the criteria is very simple. They must know who that person is. Not being rich, not being poor. But somebody that is self-contained, that does not have a quiet character. That is somebody that cannot just come out and squander everything and then disgrace the community. No. Must be a perfect gentleman. Must be somebody that understands the rules of what is going on. You know? So these very people are not like they are from moon. They are from a place. They have a house. They should have a mother. They have a child, and there is no way. Somebody that is not married will be elected the Igwe. It's highly impossible. Okay,
Your Highness, I also heard some time ago that someone whose father is alive cannot be a traditional ruler. Is it true?
No. So if your father is alive, you can't be the governor. My father was alive and I become the Igwe. I'm a living example. My own father was alive and I become the Igwe. So, if your father is alive, you can be the president. If your father is alive, you can be the governor. Who said so? Where? Which tradition says it?
Wow. Moving on also, in line with the topic, politicization, yes. What should be the role of every traditional ruler towards ensuring a maintenance of law and order?
The role of the traditional ruler?
Yes.
Is to make sure that his community is at peace at every given time. Every traditional owes it to his community to keep and maintain peace. We have rules. We have constitutions in the communities that doesn't allow for a lot of things to happen. Is guided, and the neighborhood watch patrols everywhere, checks everything. Should there be anything that is criminal, they will arrest you and hand you over to the police. But if it's not criminal issue, we will, in my place, we have a court. That is what the duty. We will try the person in the court, seated by the cabinet. So if he's found guilty, he may be subject to fetching water for the palace for 1 month, or sweeping the village squares. So it's a minor offenses. But once it's a criminal offense, no, we're handing you over to the police, because we cannot handle that. It's above us. We have to give it to the government.
There was something, Your Highness, there was something important you mentioned. You said you are the traditional ruler, you are in charge of tradition.
Yes.
You maintain the tradition.
Yes.
Making sure that the tradition of a community, your community, is in line with what it ought to be.
Exactly.
But in some communities, when you come to, you find some people said, oh, I'm a Christian, I'm a Muslim, I don't worship deity, I don't do this, I don't do that. As a traditional ruler, are you also not a traditional ruler of those people who say, I don't belong to what you believe in?
No. I'm a Catholic. No. Listen, I'm a Catholic. I'm a born Catholic. But that does not stop me. Because they don't understand. They don't understand. They are my people.
Some traditional ruler will tell you, I'm Igwe.
No, he's a liar. How can he say he's Igwe? When they were crowning him, during the coronation, did they give him Bible or offer? What did they give to him? They gave him the offer. So why didn't they write on his certificate? You said
Israel.
No.
Traditional ruler.
Yes. Why they must remove that traditional ruler from they will say apostolic ruler or presidential ruler. But under it's written there boldly, His Royal Highness so, the traditional ruler.
So this is where the problem is.
That is what you can't even. No. Now, like today, we're going to have we're having meetings here now. We have meetings starting from 2 o'clock. All the traditional rulers will be here for a heavy meeting. Yesterday we have an executive meeting. Today we're having a very big meeting here also. You cannot tell me when they are coming here. When they come in here, okay? What do we do first? We pray because we all believe in God. We all believe in God. We pray. After praying, then we break the kola nut. So when you are doing you are now doing the tradition. One thing you must learn, Mr. Eva, it doesn't mean there's two different things. I may speak a little bit of Igbo for people to understand. There's nothing like a alose. On the alose. No. Our colonial masters could not pronounce alose.
Okay.
Alose.
Oh, wow.
That thing should stop. Alose. Now they call it alose.
Wow.
So, in the first place is that if my ancestors, they want chicken, and I know I am a Catholic, I will provide that chicken to the Zemo. I will never stop him. So those people that I'm telling you that are my fans, they are all Catholics. In short, as we're sitting down here, there's a pastor sitting with us here. And he's from my community. So I have pastors, I interact with bishops, and I have even proven that those traditional people, like this Ezemo, I know he's gone to heaven already if he dies. Because he cannot do anything that is bad. But these people that goes to church, once they commit offense, you say, oh, no. But this man will not do that. The ancestors will kill him.
So politic are those who believe you are trying to say that the white man intentionally, just to politicalize the institution of the Igbo people, removed that Arokose and inserted Arosi to demonize the Igbo, the traditional institution.
Yes, the colonial misled too much. Let me tell you, last year, during the coronation of Prince Charles, why did the white people went inside that place with a white ram? What are they doing there? Everybody saw the whole world on the whole television. Coronation of Prince Charles. I'm saying Prince Charles. They went to Scotland with a white ram. What are they doing with
Thanksgiving?
it? No, I don't know. You must know. Are you asking? You know, they went inside that place, locked up, with a stainless white ram. They have gone to show Charles to their ancestors. That's why they go with the ram. So it's the same thing. It's just people. We are more Catholic than the Pope. That's the only problem we are having in Africa and in Nigeria. more especially the Igbo people, the Igbo race, we are being more Catholic than the Pope himself.
Okay, presently, you would notice a shift in from what used to be the growing number of youths, especially in Igbo land, are going back to what you call the Arokose. Could that be a reason that the Christianity or Islam have failed them?
Of course. They know they can be Christians. I'm not saying you can be Christian, but I'm saying it doesn't stop you from appeasing the gods of the land. The white people knows that there are gods of the lands. They know that. They know. So why they are going back to all those places is that they know it is the right thing to be done. When they go back and appease the gods of the land, then they will continue going to their church. Nobody tells them not to go to the church. We're not stopping them from going to the church. You can go to church. Like I said, I'm a Catholic. Go to the church, but it does not mean the Igwe should say nobody. I'm stopping anybody from doing this or doing that. No. People should go to church. People should also appease the gods of the land when it is time to do that.
Okay. We have just about 3 or 4 minutes to the end of the show.
Okay.
What will you recommend for the Igbo traditional rulers? So building up the Igbo institution. What are your recommendations? What should they be looking out for?
Yes, that one is a very good question. We have been discussing this issue for a long time. We should go back to exactly who we are. Who are we? We are traditional rulers. So we should go and keep that tradition and culture. Like in my place, every New Year, all the masquerade from the community, they will assemble in my palace. We have our New Year festivals. We have a lot of things that make us to be that traditional ruler. So every traditional ruler must go back and do what his forefathers has been doing. Even in the Bible it is there. Circumcision. The Israelites, they do it. It's there in the Bible. So, that is a Igbo and Igbo. So, it is our culture. What our culture says, we should all try to keep it. We should stop saying, no, I will not do this. I will not do. No. It doesn't mean you are doing anything, because you are also doing what you are supposed to do. After all, our colonial masters, they always go to the graveyards to pray for the dead. What are they doing? They are praying to the spirit of those people that are dead already. So we should stick to what we are.
All right, Your Highness, time is no longer on our side. For want of time, I would not read a comment here on social, but then in conclusion, as we conclude, I just want to put this very simple question to you. Okay. As a first-class traditional ruler in Enugu State, what's your impression of the present-day government of Enugu State?
The government are doing what? They're just nine months old. They're just starting. I cannot even give them any mark because they're just starting. He just become the governor last month after the court have. They're not even allowed. It's the same thing that we said before. That man was sworn in May last year, but have never rest. Was going to court up and down. So the gentleman is doing what he is supposed to do. The government is doing what they should allow them now to rest and now do what they have promised the people. And you can see everywhere there's hold up, there's traffic, because he's walking already. They have started. It's only now that they're starting to walk. So they should pray for him.
Okay, lastly, what's your parting word to the Igbo society and as well traditional rulers?
The Igbo people, which is my people, they should come back home. They should stop praying or shouting on each other. We should be united. We should be united. They should respect their traditional rulers. Then the traditional rulers must respect their subjects. We are all one. So if you respect your traditional ruler must respect his or her subject. So we must work together.
The parting word, we must work together. Thank you, Your Highness. Viewers, we've been discussing for the past 45 minutes, one-on-one. I've been with a first-class traditional ruler, a renowned personality, a man I called a man of many parts. He has traveled far and near. He is the traditional ruler of Agunese Mako Kingdom. His Royal Highness, Igwe Nevobasi. Thank you, Your Highness, for finding time with us for the past 45 minutes. We truly appreciate this time.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you, Eva.
On behalf of our crew, myself, I am Eva Aneke, saying we see you again next time. Have a wonderful weekend.
Igwe now!